Hello everyone, Gebatron here. In this video we're going to learn more about the marking system in the game Hell Let Loose, specifically how it pertains to the squad leader role. If we hit T to bring up our HUD, you'll see at the bottom left hand corner I'm spawned in as the Able squad leader there. Now there's a couple other videos I've made. Um, there'll be cards to those in the top right hand corner. I'll also leave links to them in the description below. But one of them deals with the settings. So let's just hit escape. If you want to get to settings, options, gameplay, starting with hide markers with HUD and down. Um, there's some information in that video dealing with that and how that interacts with the marking system. Also, the meat of the vast majority of the information for this marking system in this game is in the commander video. Um, so everything that is in that video is, going to be helpful for, you know, doing this as the squad leader as well, because the system really isn't different. Like the same rules apply. If you put a mark up, it will disappear after 3 minutes. You can only have 5 marks up on the map at one time. You can't have two of the same mark up, all that kind of stuff. The reason I'm even making this squad leader video is because the squad leader has some unique marks that the commander does not have. So let's start by bringing up our wheel. Let's hold down the middle mouse button and you'll bring up the mark wheel. Just like the commander wheel, this is broken down into a couple different parts. Everything with the white stripe underneath deals with friendly activity, and everything with the red deals with enemy activity. Everything is the same. If you want to place a mark, you hover over the mark you want and let go. The only way to get rid of that mark, other than waiting 3 minutes, is to click on it on the map itself. That kind of stuff. But let's talk about the unique marks. I highly recommend you watch that commander video. That's where most of the information about this system is going to be. But let's talk about these unique marks. Um, let's start at the kind of the bottom left hand. Now, some marks that the squad leader has that the commander does not is this call-in bomber mark, this call-in strafing run mark. I think they should actually be request myself, but that's just my opinion. Call in bomber run, call in strafing run, call in supplies, and then over here it's a request supplies mark. Now why are there two supply marks? Well, one you can see is only visible to the commander and officers. This is if you want your commander to airdrop supplies. You can see it's got the parachute on top. This one over here that says request supplies is only visible to your unit. So this is basically a mark for your support, role. You know, you want him to place supplies. Why would you want him to place supplies over, an airdrop? Well, an airdrop takes resources. If you want to learn more about resources, click on the card at the top right hand corner, or I'll leave a link to that video in the description below as well. Uh, but if you have an airdrop, supplies airdrop, that's also visible to the enemy. It might give your position away. Whereas requesting supplies, your support player will put them down without the enemy knowing about it. Um, there's also a lot of visibility differences. If we look around, if we hover over this move mark, it'll say move towards this position, and then it'll tell you its visibility. It says visible to commander, officers, and unit. There's some in here that are just your unit, like this request supply. Only your unit can see that. This one, request resource node is visible to commander and unit, but not other squad leaders. Um, there's an image that was provided by some friends over at WTH Gaming. I will leave that image in the description if I can. If I can't get it in the description, I'll put it in the comments. But what I did is I saved that image and put it on my phone, and I reference it during games to try and help differentiate what marks people can see. So you're not saying, well, reference my mark to another squad leader who can't see your mark. I really appreciate those guys putting that content out into the community to help players, and I really appreciate them letting me use it. So thanks a lot, WTH Gaming. If you guys are looking for a community to get involved in, I will leave a link to their website in the description below. Um, that'd be a great community to get involved in. So just be aware that there are major visibility differences between the squad leader and the commander. Um, you know, Ping visibility. Ping's still the same. Let's talk about binding. If you hit escape, go to options down here to key bindings. If you're having trouble with your ping, it's by default your middle mouse button, but some people were having trouble with that after the last update. So you might have to bind that on your own. You can bind it to whatever, but just default it's middle mouse button. That's what I have mine at too. But let's ping this little pile of rubble. Let's say we see some infantry over there, and we ping it and we say, enemy infantry on my ping. The visibility for a squad leader ping is just your unit. Like you see a lot of people ping something and then, talk to the squad next to them, be like, oh, on my ping, and they can't see it. Just your squad can see the ping, you and your squad. Uh, Hopefully that clears up a little bit um, of that. I'm not going to really go into how to use these marks. I'll go into that maybe a little more in the tips video. If you're interested in those tips, I'll leave a link to that video in the description below, or click on the card at the top right hand corner. I tried to keep this one short, guys. Like I said, reference that settings video, reference the commander video to get more information on this marking system. I just made this one to show some of the differences and to highlight that there are differences in visibility on who can see these marks. So, like this video if you liked it, disliked it if you did not like it, which I hope you did like it. Leave a comment if you have some more information or some tips that you'd like to share with the community. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and thank you very much for watching.